Hello. So if you are looking for an effective workout for your whole body, where you want to get all the muscles in your upper body and lower body, but you don't want to spend hours at the gym training each muscle individually, then I have a workout for you that's simple and effective with 4 fundamental exercises that are going to target all of the major muscle groups of your upper body and lower body. So these are 4 movements combining dumbbells and resistance bands. I'll walk you through how we're going to do those, and then we can work out together. So if we haven't met, my name is Greg. I have a degree in exercise science and I'm here to help. What we're going to start with is an incline press. So I'm just going to show you how we're going to do the movement first. So for this, you're going to need a bench. And a set of dumbbells. So for an incline press, we're going to be getting all the muscles on the front of your upper body. So working the chest, working the back of the arms, working the anterior deltoid, which is in the front of the shoulder. We're going to get the front half of your body doing this exercise. What you're going to do is set a bench at about 20 degrees. Using 2 dumbbells, one in each hand, you're going to bring the dumbbells to the front of your shoulder, tapping the inside of the dumbbell to your chest. This is our starting position. From here, you're going to push straight up from your shoulder. Now, you don't want the dumbbells to come together. You want to keep them right over the top of your shoulder. And that's going to keep that tension on that chest through the whole movement, where we're working the muscles of the chest, the tricep, which is in the back of the arm, and the anterior deltoid, which is in the front of the shoulder, along with a lot of small muscles for stability. So we're working some of the muscles around the shoulder blade just to keep those shoulder blades stable. And you're going to do this 5 to 20 reps. Anywhere in that is fine. Just go to where you feel tired. Okay. So that is the incline press. I'm gonna slide this out of the way. Now we just worked the front. Now we're gonna work the back. So what you're going to do for that is, I like to use a resistance band for an assisted chin up. So you're going to loop the band over a pull-up bar and then slide it through that loop. So making a loop, putting one end through it, and then pulling tight, and that will create a pretty stable knot. From here, you're going to put your knee in that loop, and this is going to give you that assistance in a chin up. So the heavier the band, the more assistance you're getting on this. From here, you're going to grab underhanded at about shoulder width. Now, if you grab wider, you're going to be de-emphasizing the lats. So we want to grab at shoulder width to put that force straight into the lats, which run along your upper back. We're working the bicep, the lats, and the muscles in the upper back around your shoulder blades. So from here, you're going to go to a full hang on this. Really, you should feel that stretch in the lats. Lift your other foot up and then pull up. Bring your forehead up to the bar level, and then all the way back to a full hang. That full hang is the really important part. That's where you're building that muscle. And this is working all of those muscles in the upper back, all of those pulling muscles. So those are 2 upper body exercises that cover the majority of everything above your waist. So now we're going to do some lower body exercises. I'm going through all the exercises we're doing and then we'll do them together. So for the lower body, I really like a squat. A squat is a very fundamental movement. It's very practical. And we're gonna add some resistance using dumbbells. So you're gonna set the dumbbells right on the top of your shoulders. Have your feet about shoulder width apart. And then from here, there's a lot of different ways of doing a squat. The way we're gonna do is you're gonna try and keep your chest up and your back straight and not bend forward at your waist. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna emphasize the front of your thigh. So from here, you're gonna bend your knees, trying to bring your hips all the way to the ground, and then back up. And see how I'm not bending forward? I'm trying to stay straight up and down, where I'm almost touching the back of my thigh to the back of my calf. And that's what's gonna really emphasize those quads, those muscles in the front of your thigh. Now for the back of the thigh, we're gonna do a stiff-legged deadlift. So hands right on the front of your thigh. From here, I want you to stand right in front of a wall, and what you're gonna try and do is push your hips backwards into the wall. So I'm really hinging at the hip, pushing my legs back, letting my arms just hang, and then back up. So keeping that back straight. This is a hip hinge movement that will get all the muscles in the back of the hips and the back of the thigh. So we're hitting all of the lower body in these 2 exercises. You might even feel it down into your calf as well. So the important thing is push those hips back, really hinge at the hips, and you don't bend the knee. So the knee can be ever so slightly bent, but we're not squatting down. We're hinging so the knee stays right where it is. So those 4 movements will cover 90% of the muscles in your upper body. So now we're gonna do a workout together doing those 4 exercises. So I'll walk you through it. If there's any questions, let me know in the chat. So we're gonna start with a superset of the incline press and the chin up. So, grabbing a bench. I'm gonna shift up to heavier dumbbells. So you wanna go to where it's heavy enough where you feel challenged by number 5. So rep number 5 should feel a little bit challenging, but not so challenging that you can't do even 1. If it's that hard, you wanna go lighter on the dumbbells. So from here, hands to the front of your shoulders, the dumbbell touching the inside of your chest, pushing out in front of you, and then back down, trying to keep that tension on the chest the whole time. So I'm not locking my elbows. I'm pushing out to just before that lockout to keep tension on the chest the whole time. Tapping the inside of my chest with the inside of the dumbbell, and then back out. Now, you want to go until you feel fatigue in the muscle. And that's what's going to build that muscle strength and muscle size. So go until you feel that tension. You should feel like the muscle is pulling across your chest. Gonna try for 2 more. And relax. So grab this position. with the dumbbells on your knees, and then tip forward. Move this bench just a little bit. Okay, so now going for a chin-up. We do a superset, which is just a pair of exercises. So in our case, we're doing a pushing exercise with the incline press and a pulling exercise with the chin-up. Because when we do it that way, well, one side is resting, the other side is working. So our chin-up muscles are working during this exercise, and then they're resting during the incline press. Excuse me just a moment. So we're going into our first set of chin-ups, using the resistance band to take some weight off so we can do multiple reps of chin-ups. So grabbing underhanded at shoulder width. And what you're going to do is pull from all the way from a full hang up to where your forehead's at the bar height, and then back down, driving your elbows down into your rib cage. That's what's going to engage those lats, as well as your biceps, your scapular retractors, your rhomboids, your traps, which are all these muscles in your upper back. So doing pull-ups till you feel that fatigue in those arms. We're also working on grip strength with this. Always going back to a full hang though. That length is where we really build that muscle size. And relax. So while the chin-up muscles are working, the incline press muscles are resting. So we're gonna jump right back in to an incline press. And if you're doing it like this, where you just go one exercise to the next, does two things. And so not only are we getting through the workout faster, we can get more exercise in, but you also are challenging your heart because there's not much rest time. So your heart rate can stay elevated and you can get some cardio in at the same time. So as long as you're not so out of breath where you need to reduce weight or it's just too intense, if you can keep going, you can actually work both at the same time. So doing an incline press going down as low as you can. That's comfortable in your shoulder. If you need to, drop your elbows a little more towards your ribs. It's a great thing about the dumbbells is they're not fixed like a barbell is. So you can move in a way that's comfortable for your shoulder while we're still getting a great pec workout, great chest workout. This is set number 2. Now I'm trying for 4 sets today because the more sets we can do, the faster we grow. The faster the muscle grows up to a point. That where exactly that point is still under debate, but usually 4 is a pretty safe bet. One more. Oh, and relax. So for me, I had to work up to 4 sets. It's taking a little bit of time. If you can't do 4 sets yet in a single workout session, don't worry. Start with 1 or 2. And then once you get used to doing that, try to go to 3. Maybe a couple weeks down the road or a month down the road, go to 3 sets. and then try a couple more weeks at 3 sets. See if you can handle 4 sets. So you don't have to rush it and jump straight into 4 or 5 sets in a workout. Start small and then build up over time. So this is set number 2 of chin-ups. So I like to put the band at my knee. Some people like to stand in the band with their foot. That's okay too. I find it's a little harder to get into that position, for me at least. But if that works for you to put your foot into the band instead, that works just fine. So hands at about shoulder width, working it, doing a chin up, pulling up to your forehead, and then all the way back straight. Try and go for as many reps as you can. You feel that tension in your upper back. One more. And relax. Oh. So this is working all those muscles, some in your forearm, some in your bicep, some in your upper back and lat, and between the shoulder blades. So we're working a lot of muscles all at once. So that was set number 2. We've got 2 more left to go. Let me know if this is working for you, if you feel that burn in your muscles. Give me a thumbs up in the chat or the comments. So, if you're just joining us, we're doing some upper body exercises. We're doing multiple sets of chin up and incline press to hit all the major muscle groups of your upper body. After we finish that, we're going to go and do some lower body exercises. So jumping back to the bench, grabbing a set of dumbbells. This is set number 3. So for the incline press, I really like it because it targets those upper chest fibers, gives you a larger looking chest. So we're not doing a military press where we're sitting up. We're doing an incline press, which is about 20 degrees. So you get more of that pushing of your chest. You can really activate those upper chest fibers. So from here, hands right at the front of your shoulders, pushing straight out up towards the ceiling. Don't let your hands come in towards each other. You can see in the mirror. Don't let those dumbbells click together. Keep them apart over the top of your shoulders. From here, dropping down, tap the shoulder, and then back up to not complete lockout, but just before then. So your elbow shouldn't be completely straight. It's almost straight, and then back down. Doing at least 5. If you can't do 5, lighten the dumbbell. I'm going to go for 11. 11. Oh, I really feel that in that chest. So if you don't feel the muscle working and you've done more than 25 reps, more like 30 reps, if you don't feel that working, probably need to go for a heavier dumbbell. So try bumping it up. If you get to 30 reps, try and bump it up an extra 5 pounds. See how it feels then. But the rep number doesn't matter too much as long as you're getting more than 5 and not getting so many that you're not feeling challenged at 30. So if it's anywhere in that range, you're still growing muscle, you're still getting stronger. All right, going back to chin-ups. This is set number 3 of chin-ups. Now on these, the reason I like the resistance band is because It would be hard to get 5 chin-ups consistently without taking a little bit of pressure off. I'm doing just full body weight. So this band is taking off some weight. The heavier the band, the more weight it takes away. So I'm using a purple one. If a heavy duty band is not enough, or if you need to get more than, if you need to take off more weight than the bands you have, you can always use 2 bands at the same time. Just loop them together up on the pull-up bar. Put your knee in both. So that will take off more weight. Don't feel like you, if you can't do it with the bands you have, try and add an extra band. So pulling down, putting your knee in, make sure your knee is all the way secure in the band so it's not gonna slip out on you. Grabbing underhanded, because that's gonna get more bicep activation, more of this muscle in the front of your arm. That's why I like doing the chin up instead of the pull up, because I like to get a little bit more arm activation in the same workout. So going all the way to a hang, and then pulling up to your forehead to the bar, and then back down. Now the reason we do the forehead to the bar instead of the chest is because the important part of the movement is actually the going down. And if we pull all the way up to your chest, it's usually a lot more fatiguing without a lot of extra muscle growth. Driving those elbows straight down to the ground. And that's it for me. If you can't do as many on the 3rd set, don't worry about it. If you feel the muscles fatiguing out, where you can't really pull another one, it's okay. That means the muscle's getting more tired. We're still benefiting. You're still utilizing that muscle, getting everything you can out of it. So don't get tied up in the rep number. What you want to do is tie into the muscle feeling. So feeling that fatigue, feeling that pull in the muscle, and because that's where actually the growth happens, not in a number. So that was set number 3 of chin-ups. We're trying for a 4th set. So let me know if you're trying this with me. Or if you need to, if you get to the 3rd set and you're completely tired out, don't feel like you have to do a 4th set. The 4th set, just what I've worked up to. If you need to, take a couple weeks, try consistently getting 3 sets. As long as you're able to consistently do 3, then try 4 after that, like a couple weeks down the road. So for me, I didn't start with 4. It used to be that 4 was too much for me to handle. I was so sore the next couple days that I couldn't do a workout the next time a workout came around. So I usually do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And so I did 4 sets on Monday and was so sore still on Wednesday, I couldn't work out on Wednesday. It actually was getting in the way of my next workout. So I did 3 sets for a while until I got to the point where I could do 4 on a Monday and still be ready to go on Wednesday. Oh, I feel that burn. 9, and that's it. Whew. That's all that I have to give on that muscle. So you might feel a burning feeling in the muscle. That is totally normal. As long as you're not feeling a stinging pain in your shoulder joint. So if you feel pain in the front of your shoulder, try either dropping the dumbbell weight or bring your elbows a little down. The burning feeling in that chest muscle is what's called lactic acid that builds up in the muscle as you work. Looks like we lost connection there for just a second. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. So, set number 4 of chin-ups. So, I'm gonna take just a quick second. My forearms are burning still, and it feels like it's hard to grip. So because of that, I'm gonna take just a moment, because I don't want my forearms to give out before my back does. So, I'm just gonna let that fatigue clear out of my arms, and then I'm gonna go back to doing a pulling exercise. Some people use a grip glove where it has a bar to hook on, so you are able to do more pulling exercises without worrying about your grip. I don't have those, but I might look into getting some, because I do find that my grip strength is a limiting factor on some of these exercises. All right. Oh man. How about you guys? Do you ever find that the grip on the dumbbell or on the bar is the thing that's limiting you? Let me know in the comments. If you feel it right here in your forearms or the palm of your hand, where you just can't hold on, where it feels like it's slipping out of your hand. You get that definitely in these later movements in the 4th set of chin-ups. Okay, grabbing narrow at about shoulder width, going from a full hang. I'm trying for at least 5 chin-ups. So full hang, bring your forehead to the bar. I'm trying to drive my elbows down to really engage those lats, keeping my chest pointed at the bar. I think I can get to 7. That's 6. Last one. 7. Oh my gosh. All right, so that is our upper body workout. And now we're gonna shift to some lower body exercises. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. Actually, I'm gonna shift this over here. Completely out of the way. All right, so for the lower body, we're gonna be doing some squats, and we're going to be doing them a particular way. So for the squat, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Depending on how you do a squat, it will change what muscles are working. So if I lean forward more, I'm gonna get more of that glute activation. Because we're doing glutes in the next exercise, I wanna try and stay upright to hit more of my quads, more of these muscles in the front of my thigh. So for squats, I'm gonna try and stay up as much as I can, really trying to drop my hips down straight to the ground. So if I need to, I can widen my stance a little bit wider than shoulder width, but I'm gonna try and keep my chest up. So really trying to drop my hips down and keep my chest up. Now really target in on those quads. So for this, I am grabbing 2 dumbbells. Now there's a lot of different styles of dumbbell holds too. I like to set them right on top of my shoulders, because that gets the weight directly over the top of my quads. So from here, toes pointed in the same direction as your knees are gonna bend, and you're going to bend down as low as you can. So dropping down to the ground and then back up. Again, trying to have it so that you can do at least 5. If you can't do 5, drop the dumbbell weight. I'm actually trying to get my back of my thigh to the back of my calf to touch those two muscles together. That's what's going to get a lot of quad activation. Keeping my back straight as I can. 3 more. Toes and heels on the ground. Last one and up. And from here, I take just a minute. I find, for me, legs take a lot more out of my heart. So I need a minute before going one to the next. So definitely breathe more heavy. If you find you're breathing heavy, sweating in the gym, that's good. It means you're working hard. So next thing we're gonna do is a stiff-legged deadlift. This is great for your low back and all these muscles in the back of your hips. So we're working the glutes, the hamstrings, the low back. And we're actually stretching the hamstrings at the same time as we're strengthening them. So if you have a tight hamstring, this is a great exercise for you to do. Yeah. So, having the dumbbells right in front of your thigh, feet about shoulder width apart, standing in front of a wall. Now the wall is a good target because what I want you to do is push your hips out at the back to tap that wall. So we're hinging at your hips, keeping your back straight by pushing your hips back toward the wall. You should feel that in your hamstrings in the back of your thigh. So we're stretching those hamstrings, strengthening your hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. The hands just hang, so they should stay right in front of your thigh as you push your hips back, because if your hips go back, the dumbbells should go straight down. If you find they're going forward, that means you're actually not pushing your hips back far enough. So they should stay right in front of your thigh, just missing your knee as you go down. Two more. Oh, trying to go as low as I can while keeping my back flat and relax. If you're breathing a little bit heavy after that exercise, that's normal because this is using a lot of large muscles. Hey, so WWP says they just subbed and I hope reach 1K soon. Thank you, I appreciate that. Appreciate your encouraging words. Welcome, glad you're here. So today we're working out, we just finished upper body and we're doing 2 exercises that are not complicated, but will hit all the major muscle groups of your lower body and hips. So we're working the front of the thigh and the quads, back of the thigh and hips, with the glutes and hamstrings. And we're doing these in sets. So that means just a repeated grouping of exercises. When we're gonna try for 3 sets of lower body. So we just finished 1, we're gonna do 2 more. Now, if you can't do 3 sets, don't worry about it, do what you can. If you need to start with 1 or 2 sets, that's totally fine. What I'd recommend if you're just starting out, try 1 set. See how you feel by Wednesday. So, putting the dumbbells right on top of your shoulders, I like to just tap them on the top of my shoulders. From here, feet about shoulder width apart, and you're gonna bend your knees, keep your back straight. And you're almost trying to touch the back of your thigh to the back of your calf. That's what's gonna really emphasize those quads. So I'm bending down all the way as low as I can, and then back up. My toes and my knees going in the same direction. So if you need to adjust your feet a little bit, if your knees go out, that's totally fine. Ooh. Knees can go forward a little bit. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. It's the last one. We got this. And up. Whew. And go ahead and set the dumbbells down for a second. Whew. Legs are definitely more fatiguing. So take a little bit more time between exercises. Just take a minute, catch your breath, grab a drink of water if you need. As soon as you're ready to go, go with that next exercise. As soon as you are no longer feeling like you're breathing heavy. Whew. So, we just did squats. Now we're gonna go to a stiff-legged deadlift. If you're breathing heavy, you feel like you're tired right now, it's totally normal. We're working hard. I want to just encourage you to keep on going. And because if you're not challenging your body, then when you challenge your body, that's when we grow. So you might be breathing heavy, as long as you can keep good technique, good form, and don't feel so sore in 2 days that you can do another workout, then I would try for another set. So, but if you're completely exhausted, it's okay to stop here and then come back next time to keep on going, because that's how we build, little by little. It's not all built at once. So we want to try and go to where you're not going to injure the muscle or the joint, but we're still maximizing that growth. So if it is painful, stop. If it just burns, maybe try 1 more set, see if you can handle it. And as you do more, your ability to handle more and more exercises will increase. So from here, hinging at the hips, pushing your waist out to the back. So pushing your hips out back so you keep that back flat. You should feel that in the back of your thigh, back of your hips. See how I'm really pushing my hips backwards and then back up. Really trying to squeeze those glutes as you come back up. Going for 12, 2 more. That was 10, 11, and 12. You're going to go for where you feel that burning in the muscle, where our goal is to go until you could maybe do 2 or more. So it's like, the way I think about it is, if a bear was chasing you, could you do 2 more if it would mean getting away from that bear? And that's about where we want to hit. We don't want to go all the way to where you literally can't do another one, because that's where a lot of fatigue builds up without a whole lot of benefit. You will get a little bit stronger, but you'll get so much more fatigued. It might get in the way of working out on a future exercise. So, a lot of people think about a workout and what they can do in one day instead of 1 week or 1 month. So if you think about it as what you can do in a week, it doesn't matter if I can get 5 exercises in on one day. If I am so sore that I miss 2 exercises afterwards, it's better for me to do 3 and 3 and 3 to get a total of 9 instead of 5 and nothing, where I only get 5. So even though it's less per workout, it's more in the total week. So look at it as a week instead of as a day. So for me, that's 3 sets of legs. That's all my legs can handle in a single exercise or a single workout. And that will hit every one of my muscles in my hips and thigh. So I'm going for set number 3 of squats. So resting the dumbbells right on the top of my shoulders. I'm gonna switch to this view for this last one. So feet about shoulder width apart. Going for at least 5. So bending the knees, going down, and then back up. See, I'm trying to keep my chest up as I go down. 2, 3, keeping my back straight. 4, 5, I'm going for between 5 and 10, seeing how many I can get. 6, 7, 8, 9, I think I can get to 10, and 10. Now if I get to here and can't do any more, I can always bring the dumbbells down to the ground and then stand up instead. So if you ever need to, set the dumbbells down and then get out of that position, so that way you don't injure yourself or fall, have the weight crash down on you. That's one nice thing about dumbbells, is they can actually get away. Now with a barbell, you would probably want a spotter, you probably want safety arms for doing it with a barbell. So just be careful, be safe. For that, if the barbell's up here, you'd want to throw it off behind you and get out from under it. So imagine this is a barbell right here. I would go throw it like that and get out of the way. All right, last exercise. We're gonna do a stiff-legged dumbbell or stiff-legged deadlift with the dumbbell. There we go. A little bit tired right now. So if you've been with me through this workout, good work. We got all the major muscle groups of the upper body and lower body. So we're finishing up with a stiff-legged deadlift. It's a very important hip hinge movement. A lot of people neglect these muscles. They neglect the glutes and hamstrings. That's why a lot of people have tight hamstrings. They're just not utilizing those muscles, not lengthening them. So from here, pushing your hips back to the wall, keeping that back straight. Really trying to hinge at the hips. You should feel this in the back of your thigh. Trying to not bend the knee. That's why it's called a stiff-legged deadlift, because the knee does not bend as you hinge down. It's all from the waist. So really push your hips out to the back. That'll help lengthen those hamstrings because they attach to the hip. They attach down at the back of the knee, all the way up to the hip bones. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And relax. All right, we are all done. So good job. So if you like this style workout and want to see more, I host these live streams at 11 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So hope to see you guys there.